Ballad of Mr Chompy by Nick Francone. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Uncle D brought a box. All the gifts were sealed off like Fort Knox. So we sat in the parlour just tapping our toes, waiting as torture as any Christmas child knows. Ring-a-ling went Mum's bell and we leapt to our feet. It was time for those holiday treats. We stood in the parlour, faces glowing with awe. We just couldn't believe all the presents we saw. Fritz got a wood horsey and we soldiers of tin. I got a teddy and 2 sparkly hairpins. We played with our things and were very polite, but the box in the corner was always in sight. "I think it's my turn," said our own Uncle D. The strange toy maker grinned and walked to the tree, and he pulled on a ribbon so white and so thick, like a magician unveiling his best magic trick. The sides of the box dropped away with a rustle. Clockwork click-clacked, figures clamoured and bustled. It was a full working castle with a gate and a town, and inside the tower a green man with a crown. "And for you, little Marie," said Uncle D with a wink, "I've created something quite special, I think." And I pulled off the tag and I ripped off the wrapper to find the most darlingly chompy Nutcracker. Fritz grew quite jealous, Clockwork Castle forgot, and he grabbed my poor Chompy and couldn't be caught. He had plotted a war with his little war toys. "Mum," I screamed out, she said, "boys will be boys." Not 2 seconds later, my poor man lay undone. A casualty of wars Fritz was waging for fun. His head and his legs had been torn quite asunder. His hat had been taken to the castle as plunder. And then, I confess, I flew into a rage, the kind of fit that no words can assuage. That is, until Dad arrived with some glue. "Fear not," he said, "I know just what to do." I grabbed that glue tube and ran off with his parts, and I threw into Chompy all the hate in my heart. "Boys will be boys," I sneered with cold malice, and I built a machine to take down Fritz's palace. The look on their faces, the gasps and the fears, I admit it was almost worth all of my tears. I wasted no time, and no one could stop me. I pitied the army Fritz had lined up to stop Chompy. The whole line of toys was shaking with fear. I screamed and Fritz yelled. Parents covered their ears. Chompy fired and fought. He slashed and he chomped. My rage flowed through him, and the castle was swamped. He sat high above it, his hat on his head. He looked over the battle and the carnage he'd spread. And you know, I think that in that moment it seemed Chompy's lust for toy blood melted just like iced cream. We picked up the pieces and put back what we could. We glued, we painted all the cracked, broken wood, even after it was said in den and in dell. That Chompy, Mr. Chompy, he kept Christmas well.